How to create a new page. This is a primary function of a website and CMS system that you'll need to know. The first step to create a new page is to determine where you want to put the page. Let's say we want to put a child page under the About Us tab here. So the first thing I would do is click on that so you're on the right parent page. Then go over to New Page. And here you can see the parent. Where does this page reside? You could choose here anywhere on the site, but it always defaults to the page you were last at, which is About Us. Then you gave the page a name. Now page name is what will appear in the navigation under here, Eric Test. Now page title override is what appears up in the address bar. Here, let me just move this down so you can see it here. So that's what will appear here. So let's do an override just to show you. Normally this isn't necessary, so you could do about the auxiliary. And then on the URL, it typically will autofill that in for you. You can click, and sometimes if it doesn't click right, if it doesn't fill in, you can click and it will fill in. Publish mode, don't worry about this. This is kind of an outdated, not needed function anymore, so just leave that at that. Is clickable. So say you wanted a main navigation tab called About Us, but you didn't want people to click on About Us, you only wanted them to click on what was underneath it. You could remove that checkbox, and the link itself would not be clickable, but any pages under it would, if that makes sense. Browser caching, don't worry about that. Included menu, this is what appears up in your main navigation structure. So a lot of times you want to create a page somewhere on your site, but you don't want it to appear in the menu. You just want to be able to link to it or have it as a sub page somewhere. In this case, I'm just going to leave it there so it shows up so I can show you. Same with the sitemap. On most of your sites, there's a sitemap link down at the bottom, and that shows all of the pages on your site. Now, there could be reasons why you don't want this new page you're creating to appear in the sitemap. Maybe it's some special event that's only going to be out there for a week, or it's hidden only for special audiences. You know, could be anything. Same with expand on sitemap. That just means, will child pages underneath it show up? Include in child's sitemap. If you have a navigation structure on your interior child pages, do you want that to show up? Most of these just leave by the default. Is draft. So if you're working on this page and it's not ready to go live yet, click that draft button and that will keep it hidden until you are ready to go live. Show breadcrumbs, and there are some tutorials on some of these other links here, some video tutorials on exactly how it works in more detail. Breadcrumbs show up those little navigation aids along the top of each page that will show you what level structure you are within the page. There's some options around breadcrumbs, and there's a tutorial on that. Now, if you want the page to open in a new window when clicked, you would select this. It might be useful if you're linking to a third-party site sometimes, or maybe you're looking to open a document or something like that. Show child pages sitemap. If you want that secondary navigation to appear on the page for subsequent child pages, then you would select this. Hide this page from authenticated users. If for some reason you don't want people who are logged into your site to see it, you can select that. Comments is not really used. Some of this stuff, a lot of this you don't need to worry about. I'm just kind of running through the options to show you. But basically, when you create a new page, where do you want the page to go? Give it a name. The URL should autofill. And for the most part, everything else just leave default. And when you create that new page, now we have a page under About Us called Eric Test. And you could put a module on the page. It gives you an option right away to put the HTML, which is the main text box, onto the page. So now there's that, and we could start editing. updated. So now we have a new page called Eric Test.